Hey guys, welcome to today's Q&A video. One of the most popular questions I was asked was about recipes, and another question was also about how I've been going since being plant-based. So I thought I would start today's video off hitting two birds with one stone and showing you a recipe that is entirely plant-based. So about 2 years ago now, I developed a severe intolerance to eggs, just completely out of the blue, which was not a fun time. Now I'm obviously majority plant-based, so I wouldn't be eating eggs anyway, but I definitely do miss them. So today's breakfast is going to be a tofu scramble, and I'm going to make it a little bit more hearty by adding some baked beans on the side, just to kind of have that feeling of still eating eggs again, which it's a nice high protein and moderate fat and carb breakfast. It keeps me energized. It's really, really good post-workout for me. And it's a bit of an alternative to having oats every morning, which I usually have. So I'll show you that recipe now. We'll have a little look. So I've got my greens today. I've just picked zucchini, asparagus, capsicum. I've got my firm tofu, my beans, some wholemeal toast, and then I'm gonna season the tofu with some curry powder, and then on the end I'm gonna add some savory nutritional yeast flakes. This kind of gives it, not really, but sort of a cheesy texture, I guess. And then I'm just gonna cook it in a little bit of coconut oil. I find coconut oil the best one to cook with. Okay, hope you enjoyed that recipe, but now it's time to get into some more juicy stuff. I put a question box on Instagram and asked you guys to let me know what you want to know, and I said I would answer anything from health, fitness, training, nutrition, personal, or whatever. So I've taken all your questions and I've got them down here in my phone, and hopefully I can get through most of them for you guys. Okay, I love this question. Oh my gosh, Willow farted. Willow, that stinks. Why did you do that? They're all gonna know that you popped in the middle of my YouTube video. Stinky, yeah, you know what you did. Okay, so question 1. How can I restore my metabolism after dieting for months without gaining fat? This is a really, really good question, because a lot of girls and guys, I guess, don't even consider restoring their metabolism. The idea that you have a damaged metabolism is a complete myth. There's no such thing as a damaged metabolism. There is only an adapted metabolism. So if you eat low calories, your body is smart. It doesn't want to lose weight based on, you know, years of survival instinct. So it starts slowing down its processes. So things like leptin will slow down, which is to do with helping you burn fat. So if that's slowing down, you're not burning fat as efficiently as you could be. And that's just one example. Another example is that your body, without you even knowing, will reduce its NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So that is the calories that you burn through movement that's not direct structured exercise. So you walking up a flight of stairs instead of the lift, you jiggling your leg under the table, me swinging around on this chair. They are all ways that you're burning calories which aren't particular exercise, and your body will reduce the amount that you do that. So without you even realizing, your brain will kind of pick less movement wherever possible. What happens then is you're burning less calories. So now all of a sudden when you were losing weight on say 1,800 calories, you're not anymore. So you drop to 1,700. Your body readapts, you eat 1,600, your body readapts, and you go down and down and down until some girls get down to about 1,200 calories and then stop losing weight. What do you do from there? You definitely don't keep restricting your calories. It's just not, I guess, a good idea to do that. You're probably going to be a walking, talking zombie in that case. So to readapt the metabolism, you just do the exact same thing but in reverse. And this is where so many girls go wrong with dieting at the end of 12-week challenges and things like that. They just completely blow out because they have this awesome 12-week program and they're given no education on what to do after it. So what happens is they spend this 12 weeks, eating less food, exercising 5, 6, 7 times a week. I've even heard of girls doing 2 F45 classes a day. And so they're expending a lot of energy and they're not eating a lot of energy. So they have all these amazing results and then the 12-week challenge is up and they go back to eating how they were before, but their metabolism has adapted to more activity and less calories. So now they're eating what they were eating before the program. All of a sudden they are gaining weight so fast. Rather than finishing a program or, getting down to a goal weight, or even not getting to your goal weight but being on really low calories and you're not seeing results anymore, you can reverse diet. So reverse dieting is a process of slowly increasing your calories. So you would just increase them at a really, really slow rate rather than just jumping back up. You do this so slowly that your body almost, I guess in basic terms, isn't even aware of the calorie increase and starts utilizing the extra food. You have good hormonal responses, and then you can adapt to more calories without gaining too much fat. The quicker you do this process, the more fat you'll gain. The slower you do this process, generally the more muscle you'll gain. So be smart about it. My advice is to get a coach to help you who knows what they're doing. Question number 2, I want to know about your leap of faith into being a PT. So for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you may know that I actually originally went to university, if you're American, college, I think it's called, and I did a Bachelor of Communications majoring in PR. And I worked in PR as a PR account executive in Melbourne for between 2 companies, probably in total about 12 months. Yes, only 12 months. And it was not for me. My commute was about 1.5 hours there and about 2 hours home because I live on the Mornington Peninsula and I was working in the city. So I was doing over 3 hours of travel a day. So I felt like I just was there all the time. Overtime was expected, which if you love what you're doing, overtime comes easy. But when you feel like you're not doing something which is in alignment with your purpose, it's really, really hard to be sticking it out. I think the biggest thing for me, I loved a lot of the clients that I worked on and I loved my team. I had such a fun, funny, vibrant team and a really, really good culture. And so for that job to not be enough is saying something for me. I knew something wasn't right considering I loved who I was working with. I just wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I just felt like I had no real purpose. I wasn't helping anyone, and I gained weight like crazy. I was gone from being a really, really active person when I was at uni. I was, going to the gym all the time. I was walking around campus, and then I went to working in a job which I sat on my butt most of the day. On the odd occasion, we would have an outing or a photo shoot or something, which I would love because I'd be on my feet all day, but for the most part, I just sat on my bum. I've been into health and fitness since I was 15. By the time I was working, I was 21. So I'd been into health and fitness for a long time, was so passionate about it, but I never would have imagined that I would be working in the health and fitness industry. Even though I was so passionate about it, went to gym all the time. I don't know why, it sounds so silly now, but it just never even clicked to me that that was a possibility. And when I was working and I was feeling really unhappy and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I just didn't feel right, And then one night I had a dream that I enrolled to be a PT, and then I did my PT certificate and then started working as a personal trainer. And I woke up in the morning and I said to my boyfriend, I totally just had a dream that I was a PT. And then I told my mum, and I said to mum, I had this dream that I want to be a PT last night, and I know this sounds crazy, but all of a sudden it feels like that's what I'm supposed to do. And my mum, bless her, I just remember seeing the look across her face, like, you've just gone to university for 3 years and you've been working for only 12 months and you want to kind of throw the towel in. And she kind of asked me a few more questions and prompted me, and I said, no mum, like, I'm not happy. I know it was just a dream, but I totally, this is what I want to do. And she was like, if you are sure, then you do what's right for you. My mum's really good like that. She's always had my back. And then I said to my boyfriend, who we had only literally just started dating, I told him what I wanted to do, and he's incredibly ambitious as well. And he was like, do it. Like, if that's what you feel passionate about, do it. And I was so nervous. I was just like, I'm going to throw a 3-year university degree down the drain. And it felt awful. Like, I just was so unsure I was making the right decision. And then I couldn't really get much government help financially with my course. And I came home one night to find out that my boyfriend had paid for it. Well, loaned me the money, which is still on loan, half of it. Sorry, honey. But yeah, he totally threw me in the deep end, and I am so grateful for him now, because I am where I am, and it's so, I would say 90% of it was to do with him, and the last 10% was me just trusting that I could do it based on my mum and my boyfriend believing in me, and that's all I really needed. I was almost finished my Cert 3, and it was just getting too much. I was getting almost more drained at work, and I'm so passionate about having good work ethic and stuff like that, and I found that my work just wasn't quite, I wasn't putting as much passion or commitment into it, because in my mind I already felt like I'd sort of left, I suppose, and I didn't like that about myself. And so the change I made was I decided it was unfair to my clients and to my co-workers that I wasn't putting in 110%. So I literally went for a job interview at a juice bar cafe, and I got it over the phone, and that day I resigned from my job. So I went from doing a university degree, getting a role as a PR account exec, working, to going back to working at a juice bar and studying. And that was really, really overwhelming for me. But I am so happy with where I'm at now. I wouldn't change a thing for the world. I'm so passionate about my clients, and I'm now in a position where I'm working less hours and earning more income as a PT as I was working in PR, just because I love my job. It's so cliche to say that if you do a job you'll love, you never work a day in your life, and I so believe that's true. And it is also cliche, but make your passion your income. I honestly believe that if you are in a job that you're not enjoying, and you want to do something else but you're scared, if you've already studied at uni, if you've been with your company for 5, 6, 10 years and you feel nervous to leave, but you have this desire to do something else, do it. Seriously, do it. It will change your life. The second you are working in a position where you're in alignment with what your soul's yearning for you to do, I promise you will be happier for it, and you live a long time. So make sure that you're living and loving what you're doing. How did you and Oscar meet? This is random. I met Oscar at, for anyone local, the Bay Hotel, which was a nightclub 2 years ago, 3 years ago, sorry, I mean. And I was out with a girlfriend and we randomly just met, and he offered to buy me a drink, which then turned into him buying me a shot. And then basically we just had a quick chat, and then I couldn't find my friend, and so I went looking for her, and I never saw him again that night after we did a shot together. But we had exchanged names and stuff, and then we started just randomly a few days later talking on Facebook a little bit, and then we were sort of talking back and forth for about 2 weeks, and then he took me on a date. He was very, very chivalrous. So yeah, he's a good egg. He's a very good egg. And the rest is history. Where do you get your veggie mung bean pasta and other veggie substitutes? If you're local to me, I pretty much get majority of them from Gluten-Free Foods in Mornington, but they have a page on their website where you can find a local stockist. So you can find them near you. Lots of IGA sell them. The mung bean pasta, I would say, is the same. So just try look up the brand and then find a stockist near you. How do you go with your protein intake being vegan/veggie? So I hate saying that I'm vegan because I wouldn't really identify as a vegan at the moment. I'm like 95%. I'm just trying to be very balanced but mindful, and I don't want to put myself in the box of being anything, but I just want to clear that up. So if you see me eating tuna, don't yell at me. I don't want to box myself in, but yes, 95% I am plant-based. In regards to protein, it is hard. All you vegan veggies, I feel ya. Actually, no, vegetarian would be pretty easy because you can get so much protein from dairy and stuff like that. But being vegan, my dog is eating my chair. But yeah, there's way less sources and stuff like that. So my prime sources would be tempeh and tofu, and then I'll be honest, I have to supplement with a protein powder. I really, really can't hit my daily protein without a protein powder, but that's fine. I just kept trying different proteins until I found one that I really, really liked. The one I'm using now is by Be Raw in the salted caramel flavor, and it's delicious. How do I track macros? I've only ever tracked my calories. Is there much difference? So basically, at the end of the day, calories are king. Weight loss is down to calories in, calories out. That's it. Just to clear up, health is not just about calories, but weight loss abso-flippin'-lutely. So it's really, really important to make sure you are getting enough vitamins, minerals, fiber, all that kind of stuff. But if you're tracking your calories as well, making sure you're getting a good balance of your macronutrients and your micronutrients, and ensure you're staying within your calorie intake. It's that simple. If you eat more calories than what you burn, you're going to put on weight. If you are eating less calories than what you burn, you're going to lose weight. The difference with macros as opposed to just calories is calories determine if you lose weight, macros determine how you feel losing weight. So you want to make sure you're getting adequate protein, because if you're not getting enough protein, that when you're losing weight, you're probably losing a lot of muscle. We want to maintain muscle and just lose fat. It also helps with recovery and stuff like that. You definitely need to be eating enough fats. You need to be eating a certain amount of fat per day. At least, I would say, minimum, personally, 25% of your calorie intake should come from fats, at least, because fats play a very, very important role in terms of hormones and a lot of health. So they're important. And then carbohydrates is where you get a lot of your energy and stuff like that, and they're what I find fuel training and stuff like that the best. So determining your macro split is what's going to determine how you feel while losing weight. But at the end of the day, calories are all that matter for weight loss. Macros help how you feel, and they obviously optimize performance and results. Whether you have high fat, low carb, or low carb, high fat is usually dependent on the client. One, what do they find more sustainable and can they stick to? And two, are they a fast oxidizer or a slow oxidizer? Simple as that. If you want to put on muscle, then obviously you need to be eating more food. If you want to lose weight, eating less food or moving your body more. I think that I've rambled a lot, so I'm probably going to just leave it there. But I think I'll do another one soon. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them, and we'll talk soon.